Guys, we're back. Haven't been to this lake in 2 years, but I want to say happy 2023, guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great year, slaying some big ones already. I'm gonna try to do that today. I can't promise that. So, haven't been to this lake in a very, very long time, roughly 2 years. I used to fish here a lot. It used to be one of my most favorite lakes to come out and fish, but for some reason, just stopped fishing it. So we're gonna start off in some of these main lake stuff that I used to fish back in the day. And we're gonna work our way into some of the major creek arms, see if we can find some incoming water, fish some ledges, steep banks, maybe find some timber. Hopefully these fish will probably maybe move up into some of this stuff. Water's coming up quite a bit, so there's a lot of flooded structure. But I think we're gonna start off on this main point and fish some of the ledges and rock piles I have marked out here. Let's get to it, guys. Water is cold and dirty. So we're gonna load this jig up with some sand and see if we can put ourselves a nice spot in the boat. Currently in 66 feet of water. I have not fished this spot in a very, very long time, so it's gonna take me some time to get used to it and kind of remember how to set up on it properly to get those bigger fish to bite. Well, that's gonna make it hard to want to fish the tournament next week, or this weekend, if I ain't got my scale. Oh, I got bit. Little. Was not expecting that. I was looking off in the distance. See if it comes back. Wow, that was embarrassing. That fish did not hit it very well, which means I am not throwing the right color. He's got to be fish out here. Could be a bunch of old grass too. Oh, nice largemouth. All right. Not a bad first fish of the day. Definitely not a giant, but not a terrible fish. I definitely was not expecting to catch a largemouth doing this. All right. And guys, that fish came on the Strike King Rage Crawl in this purple copper flake. Really good color. It's one I've been using quite a bit for the last, I'd give it say about 8 months. Works extremely well. It's worked at a lot of places on the mother lode and even on the Delta, believe it or not. But if you guys are interested in getting something by Strike King, whether it's a hard bait, soft bait, spinner bait, crank bait, top water, anything your little hearts could think of, there will be a link in the description where you could use code Frey at checkout to get your 2023 fishing season started off with some quality baits that are guaranteed to catch fish. There we go. Oh, that looks like a nice fish, guys. That looks like a nice fish. It's not a bad fish, let's put it that way. That's a nice spot too. I stand corrected. They look a lot bigger in the water. All right, cold fish too. Had to switch it up just a little bit. I switched over to my 7.2 medium Lose custom speed stick. Had to switch over some lighter line and lighter weight as well. I switched up to this new technique that I've been trying out. In about December of last year, coming into January, I started switching up to this new setup, and it's a little ball head, 1/4 ounce, with a 3/0 light wire. And I put this little tiny Strike King Rage Craw on the back of it in that plum berry color, and it's been working. Now it's like second cast throwing it in this new spot too. So if you guys are looking to get some Lose products and or Strike King, like I said before, guys, link in the description will send you on over there. Use code Frey. What I'm doing is just slowly letting this thing hit the rocks and some hitting the bottom, kind of bouncing a little bit, getting it out of the crevices, because as you guys can see, it's got some canyon wall style, but it's some really big boulders out there. And just trying to keep the thing just barely on the bottom, not letting it slide into the crevices. And that fish hit it relatively fast. These fish are liking that little bit slower fall too. I've noticed that. With all these lakes, they're getting a lot of pressure. Definitely downsizing could be the key to catching numbers. Don't think the big ones are going to eat this. You might get lucky, get a big smallmouth, big spot to eat this, but I don't foresee a 3+ pound largemouth eating this. But you never know, it is fishing. It's a big bait. Doesn't catch a lot of small fish. These trees also look like they're fresh. Oh my gosh. Thumped it. Absolutely thumped it. Maybe he'll come back, I don't know. Come through some good rock. Did not come back. Wow. There we go. Thing hammered it. It's not all that big, but he hammered it. Oh, that's not a bad spot at all. That's the biggest of the day. And he quickie. All right. That was about a two and a half, probably, I'd say. About 2.5. I knew he was going to throw it too. He was barely hooked. For how hard he hit it, he should have ate it. So on this spot, there's like some shelves that come down and whatnot, and all I'm doing is I'm making casts. Trying to keep myself as straight as possible with my jig, and just kind of just moving it along, lose contact, put the rod tip back down towards the water, let a little bit of line out to keep my jig on the bottom, and just going down these little shelves. Hoping and praying there's gonna be one down there, I put it in front of his face, he eats it, or if one tracks it down the stairs. It's the game plan. Shallower. I'll try over here on the flatter side of it and see if they moved up over here. Maybe they got some bait pushed up, or there's a school up there feeding in some of the little bit of flooded structure over here on this side, and it falls off sharper over here. Let's go try the other end of the lake. I got some spots over there. No telling how they're gonna be, but you never know. Watch, they'll be shallow in this clear water, watch. Just you watch. 10 plus. It is a fish, he knocked slack into it. All right. Little guy. But I'll take it. I was clicking a little bit of some of that grass, and every time I'm kind of clicking, I'm kind of like swishing my reel to kind of like pull that chatterbait through it, to kind of get it to flutter a little bit. And as soon as I did that and a little bit of slacked it to let it fall back down, he came and grabbed it. I was kind of hoping it was going to be a bigger fish. Had to find some cleaner water. The rest of the lake's pretty darn dirty, but this gets a little bit of water coming in that kind of washes it away. It kind of gets a little bit clearer than most places. And also there's a lot more of healthy grass over here on this side, so that also helps filter the grass, or helps filter the water and the particles in it to keep that water a little bit clear. Clear enough where I had to switch from, you know, a watermelon red chatterbait to a shad pattern.